Let's go for a flight in the A6 Intruder, which is one of 18 aircraft in this game, called Carrier Landings Pro by an Italian company called Rortos. I came to this because I read reviews from U.S. naval aviators saying, wow, this thing has got graphics as good or pretty nearly as good as the $1 million trainers that we have an opportunity to train in. And unlike the cartoonish games where you just got to kind of fly around and shoot down the bad guys, you have to know nothing whatsoever about how to fly an airplane. In this game, you have to operate the flaps, the throttle, the landing gear, any other things like a swept wing on the Super Tomcat, or the vertical takeoff and landing on the Harrier, or the F-35 Lightning. It's really like flying an airplane, down to all of the flight characteristics. The aviators say the same thing. If the gear is stiff and it bounces the airplane, then it does that. If it's narrow, it's a narrow wheelbase, such as this one has, you have to be really careful in landing it, and so on. So, I have set this up to fly what's called free flight. So we're going to take a free flight, taking off of a carrier and landing on it. You can see there's career, competitions, and flight simulator here. This game is extraordinary. It would take too long to describe the whole thing. But the career gives you challenges, the competition gives you challenges, flight simulator gives you the opportunity to land and take off at hundreds of airports, virtually as they exist in real, brick and mortar, so to speak, all over the world. You can set up flight plans and go. It's amazing. So we're going to go to. Whoa, wait. We'll take a little look at the Intruder. It's a big sucker. It's very heavy. It can carry as much. It can carry more than the B-52 bombers that went over Tokyo to drop the bombs over there. This can carry a payload that is equal to probably a fleet of B-52s. And those intakes are dangerous. They'll suck you in and eat you up. And the thrust, well, you can imagine, in order to be able to carry all that stuff, and as you saw in the video that you posted. So, here we go. Free flight. Aircraft carrier takeoff. Start. We're going to go over to the catapult and get ready. There's that baffle you see over there, just to our right. That's what you saw our friend in your video just miss. Whoa, okay, there we go. All right, we don't see any shooters. The shooter's the guy that you saw get a free ride on his back. That big blue button, that's what's going to send us up. Let's go to the little flaps. There you go. Now we're in a heads-up view right now, which I think they've always had in the A6. But there's where we've been. Sitting on the tail like the guy in Dr. Strangelove, sitting right outside the cockpit, sitting a little farther back, following it, then when you're here, you can take another view, look around and see, come up close. But we'll go back inside the cockpit this time, actually in the cockpit. And here you can look all around your office, out the window, up and out there, and up above, and then let's go back to sensibility here. Directly ahead of us is the radar. You see it says CAR, that's where your carrier is, that's where mom's float. To the right, you see airspeed, 420, 430, it'll go about close to 500 knots, 475, 500 knots. And then the altitude, we're at 6,700 feet. That broken arrow directly ahead of us is the radar. That split arrow tells us where, well, the yellow cursor tells us where the carrier is. The arrow tells us which direction the flight deck is. And the split part of the arrow tells us how lined up we are with it. So, I'm going to shut up and do this. We've already flown 12 miles away, and we're up at nearly 5,000 feet. So let's turn a corner. So now we got to come back. We've gone out the wrong direction. That arrow is pointing the way we are. So we're going to take a flight. Whoa, let's see. All right, it's a little late, and there we go. Now out ahead, you see a circle. That's where we're going. The arrow, as you can see, is pointing sort of off and to our right rear. So we got to go up over this island. And turn it around to land it. I've landed twice on an aircraft carrier, sitting in the right seat, co-pilot seat, of an S-2E Hunter killer, submarine killer airplane, which I worked on as an aircraft mechanic and a plane captain, meaning an inspector. Let's look behind us. Whoops. That's where we've been. We got to go back there. Get some flaps and slow it down and get some gear. There we go. Now, we'll pause and quit, which will bring us back since we're on free flight, there wasn't a challenge. A mission completed is my own. So let's, well, let's take another look, because it records what we just did. And we can look at it from a bunch of different perspectives. Cinema, airplane in a distance, by and large. Sometimes you get some extraordinary views of panning and zooming right over the airplane, but mostly it's, where's that airplane? Now, sitting up near the tail. We're coming back to the plane here. Whoops. Well, we can pause, but let's do that. And we'll look where we're coming, or rather, where we've been. Carrier side, or no, carrier master, I guess it was, carrier side, and then carrier. All different views. It'll show you when it gets nearby, it'll show you what's happening. Very close up. Whoa, what is the wheels going up into the... That's a little weird. I never saw it from that view. That doesn't do that. Actually, it doesn't do that. Sometimes there's anomalies with this thing. Follow. And you can play all day with this, and I do. It gets a little bit boring, I'm sure, to those who haven't become addicted as I have. But this is what it looks like. Well, that's a little hairy. But coming in on that carrier, it looks like a matchstick in the distance. And it comes up very fast. I landed twice in the right seat with my hands in my lap. And catted off twice. Took the catapult off twice as well. Which is like getting kicked by a horse and then suddenly you're right up over the ocean. And we'll take one more view here because I think it's really fun to watch. Looking from behind as we come in for a landing. We'll watch the hook come down there. And watch it catch the wire. Mission completed. So there you go. Great fun. This thing, believe it or not, really chills me out. This game takes me down to total focus. It's like walking a wire to learn how to catch the wire. And It's a meditation for me. So there you are. Over and out.